This is by far the saddest stories I've come across in recent times. If you live in the UK as a citizen or a migrant, you will do well to stick around till the very end of this video. Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Nguken Doris Talomon. I'm Nigerian and I live in the UK with my family. On this channel, I make general content about life in the UK. Now, I came across a story on Twitter, now X, posted by a fellow Nigerian, where she bemoaned the death of three Nigerians here in the UK. And I'm going to put it on the screen for you to see what she posted. So we have three bodies of promising young Nigerians in the UK waiting to be buried. All arrived less than 2 years ago. I lost it on Monday when I got called to the hospital for another in HDU. Now, for those of us who are Nigerians, HDU means High Dependency Unit. In Nigeria, we call it ICU, that is Intensive Care Unit. I saw him yesterday. Nigeria must work. If you've been here longer, please support the new ones. Assist them with the transition. It is not easy. To the new Japa, don't joke with your health. Monitor your blood pressures. Take breaks as necessary. Use supplements. Life abroad is a marathon, not sprint. Pray along and stay humble. Stress kills. Overworking kills. Join a community. Ask for help. Arrogance destroys. Take it easy on yourselves. You will reach your target eventually. Live to enjoy your hard work. May God help us all. Now, this is a true story and it breaks my heart in so many ways. I went through comments because the story was also posted on Instagram. I saw how people spoke highly of one of the deceased amongst the three. They said he was very intelligent, who was supervising students in their projects here in the UK. And that broke my heart the more. Someone in the comments said he complained of mild headaches and it turned out to be cerebral hemorrhage. I know that for cerebral hemorrhage, I think what causes that is high blood pressure. I don't know if I'm correct. If you're a doctor, you can enlighten me in the comment section. Now, this is not passing judgment on the deceased. I understand from the point of view where the person who made that tweet was coming from. I am not in any way passing judgment on the dead, and I pray that God would accept their souls. But that particular tweet prompted me to come here, make this video, and tell you guys three things. And the first thing I'd want to tell you is make use of your IHS fee. And whether you go to the hospital for checkup or not, when it's time, you're still going to renew this. So why are you not using your IHS fees? Why are you not using your taxes? I lost my sister-in-law 2 months ago, my husband's only sibling, to say the fact. And let me tell you, she walked into the hospital. She wanted to actually drive herself to the hospital. It was my mother-in-law who said no, volunteered to take her to the hospital. And within 24 hours, it turned into something else and she didn't make it. Sometimes we cry and we say if only she had been to the hospital before then, maybe they would have found out something was going on and they would have done something about it. So you live in the UK, you pay this high amount of money, and then all you care about is shifts. You take shifts, especially for those who are in the medical profession. If there's a bank shift here, you run, you work long hours, you complete your rota for the week, and then you take locums upon locums. You don't have time to go and get yourself checked. One thing I've noticed here in the UK, if you visit your GP and complain, especially about something that has to do with your chest, they will not just let you go like that because no doctor wants to have issues with GMC. Last week, my husband came home and complained he was having back pain, and we just made joke of it. And he said he pays taxes, so he was going to the hospital to get checked, regardless of the fact that it was just mild. He went to the hospital, and he's a doctor as well. And he had a conversation with the doctor. They are so friendly; they will even ask you, "So, what do you think?" They had a discussion, and the doctor insisted he did ECG, he did chest X-ray, he did blood test and all that. Everything was fine. He came back home feeling at peace. At least now he knows he's okay in that regard. So these are the benefits of going to the hospital, even when you know you're not sick, even when you don't feel sick. You may think it's just mild headache, but sometimes the headache is just a signal trying to tell you that something is happening in your body and you need to get it checked. So make use of your IHS fee. Even if you don't, you are still going to renew and you will renew again. So please, Nigerians, please, Africans, I know that we have to make ends meet. Expectations are bound back home, but take things easy. Take things easy, okay? You need to stay alive to be able to work and fend for your family and do the things that you want to do. And now this brings me to the second thing I wanted to say to us, particularly Nigerians and Africans living here in the UK. We need to take things easy. Correct me if I'm wrong, but the moment a Nigerian arrives the UK, there's always this feeling of wanting to prove to people back home, folks, that yeah, we are now in the UK, we don't japa. And then by doing this, you have to dress up nicely, wear nice clothes, buy the latest phones, go on vacations, take pictures for people to see that you are doing well. There was one time I saw a comment on Twitter. Someone made a video, one of those videos that content creators make on Instagram, telling people about don't come to the UK, don't come to the UK. And someone now dropped a comment with your Primark jacket. When I saw that comment, I'm like, wow. So wearing clothes from Primark is now something that is frowned upon or looked down upon here in the UK. Imagine the person whom the lady was referring to saw that comment. How do you think this person is going to feel? But in the end, I just laughed and I said, okay, if he sees it and he's pressured, then that's on him, because in the end, we all have our values, we all have our dreams, goals, and aspirations, and we know where we're headed. So if I'm wearing Primark and someone sees it, I'm like, with her Primark cardigan or with her Primark jumper, that's on you. It's not on me. We're wearing clothes, okay? The most important thing is that both of us are covered properly. Both of us are not showing our nakedness. We are covered. I'm covered in clothes. You are covered in clothes. The only difference is the price tag. These things are there. The pressure is there, but when you know where you're headed, you will take things easy. Stop feeling pressured. Stop wanting to drive the latest Benz or the latest car in the UK because you can access a facility. Do not envy people who have lived in the UK for more than 3, 4, 5 years. They started from somewhere. That someone is driving a 2023 Benz is because the person started from somewhere. And then you just come in today and then you want to drive a 2023 Benz. You start taking shifts upon shifts simply because you want to measure up. You're killing yourself because our bodies, like eventually, it tells on you. You will wear out. So we need to take things easy. That's the second thing I wanted to say. The third thing I wanted to say to us is that fellow Nigerians, especially the ones who have been here, please learn to be your brother's keeper. Let's help one another in this UK. In my case, for example, God was so kind that when my husband got to the UK, he connected with our former neighbors in Nigeria. And prior to this time, he was spending money on hotel accommodations, trying to secure his own apartment. And then he suddenly reached out to them. God bless Dr. and Mrs. Koho. Suddenly reached out to them, and without him asking, they told him to move in with them. So he stayed with them for a couple of days, and they brought us blessings. We got a house in no time. I remember when I received the news of my sister-in-law's demise, I was alone in the house. Hobby was at work. He was going to stay there. He was going to stay the night. And the only person I could call was Mrs. Koho. I called her. She left what she was doing. She ran over to mine, stayed with me for hours. I begged her to go back home because she has two children and one goes to school. She prepares her in the morning. I begged her to go home and she refused. She stayed with me throughout the night and ensured I stopped crying. And then the next day, they kept coming to check on us. They looked out for us. They would bring cooked food to us, sleeping because we were mourning. So I now said, imagine I didn't have this kind of support here in the UK. What would I have done in that state? And I'm so grateful to them. So these are like people have been in this kind of situations here in the UK without anybody to support them. And sometimes your next door neighbor is a Nigerian. In the house where I live, for example, people who have smiled at me even before I could smile back are, are the ones here. The ones that people accuse them of having plastic smiles. But I would rather those plastic smiles than coming in contact with you, both of us knowing we're Nigerians, and then you throw your face away. Like, I get it that people who have helped their fellow countrymen in this country and they've paid them back in the worst form ever. I get it, but not everyone is like that, and that should not discourage you from helping. Sometimes someone genuinely needs help or support, and it's not everybody that's going to turn out ungrateful. If you helped a fellow Nigerian before and what you got in return was betrayal, that should not stop you from helping the next person that you see. That is that if you're Christian, you're Muslim. God is what? God is love. Oh, and his love is not seasonal. It doesn't have conditions. So you just continue to show love the best way that you can. So these are the few things that I wanted to share with you in this video. Please make sure you make use of your IHS fee, because even if you don't, you will still pay and pay again. So you have to use it. It's your money. You have to use it and get your regular checkup. Be easy on yourself. Just know that everything is going to be fine. All you need is time, okay? So long as you're in this country and you have your head down, you know where you're headed, you will make it. Be kind to your fellow countrymen. You don't need to draw them to yourself. They don't need to move in with you for you to show them kindness. Just meet each and every one that you come across at their point of need, and that's all. So if you found this video helpful and you love my content, please do not forget to like this video, share your thoughts about this video in the comment below, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more content. Thank you so much for watching. Take care of yourself.